So went to the range, did what I said I was going to do. I did take the Spanish carbine along because I do have some reduced loads, like 37 grains I think, or 38.5 grains or whatever it is, I can't remember. I did shoot like, I don't know, maybe 9 rounds through it, something like that, half a dozen, and then I stopped because even with those reduced loads, that butt plate, because this thing weighs very little, that butt plate and this stubby little barrel, oh, like it was painful, like it was really painful. Yeah, so I pretty much pretty much gave up on it. Now, and the other thing is that I shot those rounds at big splatter targets, so I could see exactly what the groups were doing, and I have no idea where those rounds went, because I remembered I actually changed the front sight post on that, and I haven't tuned it. I haven't sighted it in, so it was probably shooting. I don't know. Because that post is higher. Because originally it was shooting very high. So if you put a higher front post on it, it'll get you shooting lower. But that must have been shooting really, really low. But I didn't see where they were going because I was shooting with iron sights, so I had no optics and I couldn't see what was going. Even at 50 meters, like with iron sights with my old eyes, yeah, it's a struggle. But so that's a bit of a mystery how that shot. I'll start off with the good news, and not that there's bad news, but you know, mixed. I'll start off with the old 3006, Howa 3006. Oh man, you know, I spent the money. I bought a stocky stock, which cost me more than the rifle, and I've got the beautiful Leopold 4-12 VX Freedom on there, which has got and I've said it before, it has got a chunky reticle. This thing is, you know what, never ceases to amaze me, and I'll tell you why. So I had all these 150 SSTs that I wanted to get rid of, because yeah, definitely not going to be shooting it through. Even though I did get some reasonable results last time, or good results last time with the 150 grainers. No, this rifle is for the heavy stuff. You know, it's not for the light stuff. I've got 308s. I can shoot 150 grain, 130 grain, whatever out of a 308. I don't need a 30-06 to do that with. But so I shot that stuff off. So that's 12 rounds, and that's in 3.2 inches. So that was with Gagerman brass 150 grain SSTs, 49 grains of 2208, using CCI 200 primers, which I no longer have, and have no idea when I will get. Now, I wanted to test out heavier. I think I've already done it, but I can't remember what the results were. So I thought, you know what, I've got these Sierra, because I was having a look in my cupboard, and man, I got 30 caliber rounds out the wazoo, and I had these Sierra 190 grain Sierra Match Kings. So I put, I went from 54.5 grains to 56.5 grains of the AR2209, which is Hodgdon 4350, using CCI 250 Magnum primers. That's what I'm using these days for large rifle primers across the board. So the first group, which was 54.5 grains, was 1.28, and I thought, yeah, that's not really much to write home about. But then 55 grains was, I haven't measured it, but it's just over an inch. 56 was 2 through the same hole, and then, oh no, 56 was, 55.5 was actually like an inch, and then 56 was a total. I don't know why I went boom, 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 boom. I usually go like that, but anyway. But I remember I did. So about 55.5 is, it does all right. But what it really likes is around the 180 grain mark. I've established that, no doubt about it, and I can prove it again. I think I established that last time. This time, absolutely no doubt, it loves 178 grain ELDX. 56 grains of AR2209, CCI 250 Magnum primer, using Yagerman brass and a good lead crimp, because it is hunting ammo. So I need to establish, there's no point in creating range ammo and then hunting ammo and expecting them to be the same. So if I'm testing what I consider to be hunting ammo at the range, I will make them exactly as how I would take them in the field, which is with a serious crimp, lead crimp, for anything as hard hitting as a 30-06. So anyway, .4, first group, straight up, and I thought I'd had a flyer or went off the page or something. No, there's 3 shots there. The next group, 1.1, and then the next group, 0.6. Ooh, shit. Just dropped stock. So, 0.4, 0.6, and 1.1. That's with 56 grains of two-tone. And remembering, I'm using a scope that is a serious hunting scope. It's got a big fat ass reticle on it. You know, I can't do precision shooting, yet I can shoot under an inch or under an inch. With that load, that is the load. I'm going to make a heap of ammo off that, and that's what I'm sticking to with the old 30-06. It is amazing. Now, the Tikka in the MDT field stock with the Nikko Sterling 10 to 50, and so what did I do? I put the plunger ejector back in it. I had a hunch that without it, it would be less accurate. With it, it would be more accurate, because I was thinking, look, I reckon the Tikka guys, the engineers, had allowed for that. I don't know, because what I was trying to do here, so I had 108, what I had left of 108 grain ELDMs, 39 grains of 2209, which is Hodgson 4350. So that was pretty much the load that I thought was the most accurate load. Now, so I wanted to test the primers. So I did 2 groups of each. 2 groups with CCI Magnum primers, 2 groups with CCI BR2 Bentress primers, and 2 groups with the Winchester, what I thought were just garbage primers. Now, what happened? So, the BR2s, I started with the BR2s, so I had a group of 0.86 and 1.1, which, like, two right together, flyer, 2 right together, flyer. So, I don't know what's going on with BR2. Winchester, I got 1.1, a diagonal string, and then 0.44. So these are supposed to be the shit primers, and I'm getting a group of 0.44. The smallest group of this bunch, the CCI Magnum primers, which I was expecting or hoping would be the best, I got 1 and 0.75. So what does that tell me? Does that reaffirm my belief that those Winchester primers are crap? No. Does it tell me that the CCI Magnum primers, even though they were the most consistent when I measured a lot of 10 of each of those primers, they were the most consistent in weight and diameter, and I didn't get the smallest group from them. So And the primers that I thought were absolute garbage, the Winchester primers, I get the smallest group. So, what do you do? I'm at a bit of a loss, and you know what? I'm gonna make, I don't know what I'm gonna make. I've got to see if there's a difference between. I do a serious test of the difference between ejector in and ejector out. I think I've just got to make up a load, and yeah, that 39 grain. I'll make that 39 grains again, and just see if there's a difference. Because I did put the ejector back in. I wonder how those groups would have been with the ejector out. I don't know. But that's what I'm going to do next. Also, my K31, the Swiss K31. You know, there's when you've got it out of the wood, there's really not that much to it. But by golly, the amount of steel that is in this thing is just because the bolt is huge. The diameter of the bolt is massive. This thing is, yeah, it's just engineered so well. Everything about it, yeah, you're hard pressed disliking this rifle. I'd really love to make the sporter out of this, but I don't know. Yeah, buy another one and make a sporter out of that. Yeah, but the stock, anyway, the stock on the Swiss K31 is almost there. I've just put probably the second last coat, I reckon. I don't think it's the last coat. It might be the last coat, but we'll see. It's a nice warm day today. Like 2 days ago it was really wet. Like literally, even yesterday it was really wet. And actually yesterday wasn't too bad. It started off wet, but it dried out. So, and it's amazing how the humidity, the level of the humidity in the air can affect that stuff, whether it cures or not, how slowly it cures. Because with the Tru Oil, it's a weird kind of stuff. It's obviously sort of like a shellac because it's sort of oily, but it dries hard, it cures hard, and it's yeah. You know what? One thing I figured out, I do not like. Although I didn't have that much trouble with this one, I do not like beechwood. I think this one is beechwood, the M38 stock, the old M38 stock that I once had the Spanish Mauser in. I think this is beechwood, but it's obviously a different variety or a different genus or something, because that K31 stock, it's a mongrel to work with. I tell you, I don't like that wood at all. And the stain, it didn't really want to soak the stain up. It's really weird. So there's sort of a few, shiny exposed bits. They're still covered with Tru Oil. But if you are going to use Tru Oil, you just got to remember one thing: have patience. Like really, you've got to have patience, because if you don't have patience, you're going to end up with a pile of shit. And what's the point of redoing your stock if it turns out like rubbish? And I mean, I don't give the stocks as much time as they deserve, but I think I do a reasonable job. Although I wouldn't want to do it as a professionally, I would not work on stocks at all. Zero, not interested. Anyway, so I've got to do that. I've got to I'll make up all of that 30-06 ammo, which will be my standard ammo for the 30-06, and I'll make up that 243 ammo when I get some projectiles. Yeah. All right. So until then, see you later.